Hi guys. So I got a question from a guy and I'm going to keep him anonymous, but I'm going to read the question out. He said, why do I have to love my wife every now and then when she doesn't even love me that much? She disrespects me at the slightest and I'm supposed to still love her nonetheless. Why do I have to be given such a hard task to do? All right, guys, this is it. There's this constant saying, but before I move further, let me introduce myself. My name is Valeria Makanwaji. I am your relationship expert, your self-discovery coach, and your marriage mentor. And I'm fondly called Coach Valerie. All right, so to answer that question, I'm going to actually take us to the Bible. You might say, yes, this guy is spiritual and all. Yes, say that, but that is the real fact today. All right, so I'm going to go to Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present to himself a glorious church, not having a spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church. That is Ephesians 5:25 to 29. Alright guys, so you can see it's very simple. When we see spots on our faces, our knuckles, and every other places, we want to nourish it. We want to take care of it. We buy beauty skin products. We look for things to actually remove the spots. If it is not stress, we look for things to actually remove the spots. We want to look beautiful. That is the same exact way the Lord has actually asked men to love their wife, to nourish their wife, to nurture their wife, to cherish their wife. Do you understand? The Bible never said that a man or a woman should love her husband. It was never stated anywhere in the Bible. It was just stated that a man should love his wife. And what did the Bible say a woman should do? Let's go to verse 24. It says, 22. 5:22, it says, wife, submit yourself unto your husband as unto the Lord. So you see, there's one thing I want to tell you about us women. I'll be speaking from my own perspective as a woman. It's very difficult for a woman to submit under a man that is emotionally abusive, physically abusive. Do you understand? A man that abuses you physically, emotionally, it's very difficult for us women to actually submit to that kind of person, no matter how hard we want to try. Where we are not receiving love or where we're not getting love, it's very difficult for us women to actually submit to that kind of a thing. Do you understand? I'm speaking from my angle as a woman, from those I've actually heard from. I've spoken to certain women and I've actually gotten that from certain women. So that is what I'm trying to let us know today. So guys, you can see it's very difficult. I'm going to share, so before I share this short story I want to give you, men, it is a commandment. You're to love your wife. You're not to, no matter what, you're to love her for whatever reason. Do you understand? And trust me, when you give her your all, she gives you her all. Except of a marriage that is already crumbled, or except of a relationship that is already crumbled, except that person does not love you from the beginning genuinely. Do you understand? Genuinely. Do you get? Except there's something wrong somewhere. Do you understand? But to answer the question asked from the beginning that I shared with you all, this is the pure answer. You're to love her nonetheless. Now let me give you an instance. If Christ was to give us a reason to love us, Do you know we are all doomed? And Jesus Christ did not now put, now the commandment did not put that we should just love our wives. He said, as Christ loved the church, he put a clause to it. So if Jesus Christ actually was to love us for certain reasons, we will all be doomed. You believe it or not, we will all be doomed. Do you understand? If we were to say that, okay, it's going to love us based on our dressings for today or tomorrow, we will fumble. But if he says it's going to love us based on our words, we will fumble, because we are human. We are only working towards perfection, but we're not yet perfect. Do you understand? We're only trying to emulate our Father, our Lord, but we are not yet him, and we can never be him. Do you understand? So if he's actually looking for a reason to love us, we will all be doomed, guys. We will all be doomed. So please, let us not look for certain reasons, like saying she must do this first before I do this. Do your part, play your part, so that by the time judgment is going to call from society, from parents, from everybody, you'll be justified. Yes, you'll be justified. Be like, yes, people will say, yes, this man tried. It is this woman that actually is a hard nut to crack. Do you understand? Now, let me give you a very, very realistic example. I spoke to a woman. She's been married for over 20 years. And she said, she made a statement. She said she's staying with her husband because she's staying with her husband for certain reasons. She has not left her husband. She's still submitting to him for certain reasons, because something happened. And I'm like, why are you still here? I was doing a survey. I was doing a question and answer with married women that time. And her statement was, I'm still here because my husband is romantic. My husband knows when I'm down. My husband makes us dinner when I go out to work. My husband, she's the breadwinner of the house. My husband does this. My husband does that. No marriage is perfect. At least he's still looking for something to do in the house. All this money can buy. But I still appreciate the fact that he's doing them. Do you understand? All this money, listen to the statement, all this money can buy. But I still appreciate the fact that he's still doing them. Do you understand? The only comma is that the man does not have the sense of responsibility and is not prudent with money. He's not prudent with money and doesn't have sense of responsibility. Those two can be worked on if the man is willing to change. Now, do you understand? So when she made that statement, I was like, really? Wow. So you can see, it actually gives answers to the question to the word I said earlier, when I said women don't submit when they're emotionally abused and physically abused. I know that there are other things why women would not submit to you too, but those two factors comes like the top. If they are saying there's top 10 of why women will not submit to you, that will be the first two or top two. These two will be in the first top 3 lists. Do you understand? Or top 5 lists. Do you understand? Most women don't function well when they're not being loved, when they're emotionally abused, and when they're physically abused. Do you understand? So men, your duty is to just love this person, nurture this person, cherish this person, nourish them, like train them, whatever you want in your marriage. Teach them to become that. Let them know in love. Not saying that, Shebi, you say that BC used to kneel down for her husband. Why are you not doing the same thing in the house? You can see that at 9 o'clock, BC is still cooking. No. Your home is your home. There are principles to marriage, there are principles to relationship, but it is wrong to compare. You can admire, but it is wrong to compare. So guys, I hope I have answered that question. Like, I've actually answered that question to you. I've spoken to the person that asked the question personally, but I felt the need to actually express this same question to somebody out there. The Bible stately and clearly commands, husband, love your wife. It was never said that a woman should love you. No matter what she's doing, love your wife. And let it be clear, or let it be written in societal book. We have societal book that this guy tried. So until I come your way next time to dish out more wonderful value, I hope you've gotten value from today. Have a wonderful day. My name remains Valeria Makanwaji, and I'm fondly called Coach Valerie. Have a wonderful day.